If you look at the major waterways that sustain the Indian subcontinent, the Mahanandi River demands attention. It is a massive, relentless force that dictates the rhythm of life for millions of people. Its journey begins deep in central India, around the mountainous Sawawa region in Chhattisgarh. From there, the river cuts a sprawling path eastward. It carves its way through Chhattisgarh and Odisha, finally emptying into the Bay of Bengal. The massive basin created by this route provides the raw water needed for large-scale farming and irrigation, making it an absolute necessity for regional survival. But relying on the Mahanadi River comes with a severe seasonal hazard: the intense power of the Indian monsoon. When the heavy rains hit, the river swells rapidly. It surges outward, transforming into an overwhelming torrent of brown, fast-moving floodwater. This created a brutal dilemma in the late 1940s. A newly independent India desperately needed to harness this water to build up its agricultural economy. But first, they had to figure out how to stop the seasonal flooding from washing entire communities away. The engineering solution to this problem was placed near the city of Sambalpur in Odisha. They decided to build the Hirakud Dam. The project carried massive political weight. In 1948, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru personally inaugurated the site. The goal was to build one of India's first multi-purpose river valley projects, designing a single system to extract several distinct functions from a single, centralized water blockade. Achieving that required a staggering amount of physical labor. For nearly a decade, massive crews worked across elaborate scaffolding networks, pouring concrete and moving earth to construct the colossal barrier. Physical construction finally wrapped up, and the dam officially opened for operation in 1957. Completing the Hirakud Dam signaled that a young nation was taking direct control of its most volatile natural resources. The core of this system relies on the space behind the dam itself. The barrier creates a colossal artificial lake, stretching out for miles. During the monsoon, this reservoir functions like a giant sponge. It captures and holds the massive influx of rainwater, preventing the river downstream from overflowing. Once the water is captured, engineers initiate a controlled release into 3 distinct pathways. The first handles flood control, acting as a throttle for safe downstream volume. The second taps the kinetic force of falling water, turning massive turbines to generate grid power. When you look at the water blasting explosively out of the spillway, you can clearly see the raw mechanical energy the engineers are harnessing. The final pathway diverts the remaining calmed water outward to sustain the vast, dry agricultural zones across Odisha. To make this work, crews built elaborate networks of distributary canals, channeling the reservoir supply directly into the fields that needed it most. By combining flood mitigation, electrical generation, and irrigation into one massive structure, the Hirakud Dam functions as a highly calibrated engine running the region's economy. Over the following decades, the dam's utility expanded. Today, large-scale pipelines siphon water for heavy industrial use in the region. It also provides a reliable, centralized domestic water supply for the growing local populations. The standing water also created a completely new economic sector. The massive reservoir is now a highly lucrative hub for commercial fisheries. And because of its sheer scale, the site possesses a striking aesthetic value. The sweeping natural views draw large crowds, especially during the dramatic weather shifts of the monsoon and winter seasons. Tourists also come to see specific observation towers, the Gandhi Minar and Nehru Minar, which stand as monuments to the project's historical legacy. After 70 years of operation, the dam has integrated into the landscape to support industrial grids, local fishing economies, and a stable water supply. It remains the essential backbone of the region's economic infrastructure.